I'm the founder and executive director of Texas Alliance for Life. I have lobbied and advocated for pro-life laws in the Texas and U.S. capitals for more than 30 years. You may have heard of a controversy involving how Texas law should best handle difficult, sometimes heart-rending situations when a patient is terminally or grievously ill, and the medical interventions keeping the patient alive cause great pain and suffering, disproportionate to any realistic medical benefit. Should Texas law force doctors and nurses to attempt to keep patients alive indefinitely, using methods that can only be considered medical torture, with no proportionate medical benefit, when no other medical provider agrees to treat the patient? Or should the law allow, in very limited circumstances, a doctor to change the strategy from painfully prolonging the patient's dying process to compassionate palliative care to treat the pain that allows the patient to die a natural death? These cases are rare, but extremely important to us as pro-lifers. Here's a bit of history. In 1999, the Texas legislature unanimously passed, and then Governor George W. Bush signed into law the Texas Advanced Directives Act. The law was a culmination of more than a year of thoughtful efforts by a work group, including National Right to Life, the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops, Texas Right to Life, Texas Alliance for Life, including myself, and numerous organizations representing medical providers, all of whom supported the law. The law contains an innovative dispute resolution process that we believe is the best in the nation. The act replaced an outdated law, first passed in the 1970s. That law allowed a physician to remove life-sustaining interventions from patients and granted safe harbor with almost no due process, merely a reasonable attempt at a transfer to another provider, no minimum time frame, and no review by a third party. We and other pro-life organizations saw a need to replace that law with a new law that provides vastly more protections for vulnerable patients and their families. The dispute resolution process in the new law compares very well with other states' laws. The majority of states, 26, allow safe harbor from lawsuits for physicians to withdraw life-sustaining interventions and switch to palliative care under very limited circumstances. Of those 26 states, Texas provides the most protections for patients. However, the safe harbor is available only after meeting 12 due process requirements, including a review by a hospital ethics committee that can grant or veto safe harbor for the physicians. Safe harbor can only be available if transfer is not possible. In some cases, dozens of other doctors and hospitals are consulted about a possible transfer. In rare cases, the other facilities can offer nothing that the original facility can provide, and the transfer is declined. When a dispute cannot be resolved and a transfer to another doctor cannot be found, the law provides safe harbor from liability for the physician who switches from life-sustaining interventions to compassionate palliative care. Our law does not allow hospital administrators or ethics committees to make medical decisions about which interventions a patient receives. Only the attending physician may do that. Nor does the law allow assisted suicide or euthanasia. The death of the patient is not intended, but it is accepted as an unfortunate, sometimes tragic, but inevitable circumstance. We strive to improve the Texas law. Our goal is to improve the dispute resolution process, make it easier for families to understand and participate in, make it easier to find alternative willing providers, and further protect the due process rights of patients without requiring medical torture for dying patients.